Hey Kyle, this is Will. Sorry this took me a little while to get over to you, but this is going to be basically just my 2 cents on the animation that you sent me. Um, First things first is that this initial move is pretty slow, in my opinion, um, with this bit. So I feel like because this ball should have weight to it, that you could have it still hanging down straight or something like this, and it would feel a little bit better. Right now, it just feels a little bit stiff because it's moving with the platform. Um, if you want to do this like an antic, like this thing, the ball rises up with the platform. Don't make it rise with the platform at the same time. So like maybe what I would do is if you want to do something along the lines of like, oh, this platform has control of this ball and that's why it's moving up. What I would do is I would raise the platform first, wait a couple frames, and then raise the ball. So like, for instance, just a quick example, as it goes up just a little bit right here. I don't know what frame this is, but I would have this perhaps still here, and then once you head over to here and it's sort of done turning, you could have it pause a little bit before it jumps back over, and then that's when you move the pendulum up. That just gives it a little bit more lively feel, and just never try to this pendulum should count as overlap, so you don't ever want to move it at the same time as this. Otherwise, it's just like all this motion happening at once, and as a result, like this, it ends up a little bit stiff. I do like the curves that you have set for this platform. I think it's really good, and I think that the ball animation is really good. It really feels like he has a lot of energy, so that's good. Let's see. What else? Mainly on the pendulum, I think you just need to work on delaying this a little bit because this goes from here to here about, sorry, like, it's more like that, is it not? Yeah. Right here, it sort of, oh, hold on one sec. I just killed it. Where did I put it? It's not a, excuse me one second. I want it to open with VLC. There we go. Okay. See, as I was saying, you want perhaps one or two more frames before it jumps from here to, like, I feel like on this frame, the ball should still be back here. What I Because you want the platform to finish turning first, and then the ball moves up with it. So like a heavy object, like say, if you're trying to swing around a dumbbell or something like that, the dumbbell's really heavy, so as you move your body around, it travels with your body at a delayed rate. Um, and just generally speaking, watch the spacing on these. Let's see if it will play. There we go. It goes from there to skip a frame. Okay, there. To there. To there. And while the spacing is good, let's still watch the arcs on this thing. And I would delay the rotation of this pendulum because this is a really fast motion. And if this has any weight to it, it's gonna stay where it is for a couple seconds. Newton's third law and all that. So it's gonna stay there before starting to rotate. Um, so yeah, just try to get those curves in and then delay the pendulum more. The more you delay it, the more weight it looks like it's gonna have. Um, let's see. I think for instance, like this one's pretty good. Like see, like this one's still, this is really good right here. Where this is, the ball is traveling backwards. The platform is finished traveling backwards. And it's going forward. But this is still traveling backwards. That's an example of really good overlap. So just do that again for a bunch of the other parts. Yeah, that's really good overlap right there. So yep, you still got a little bit of an S curve, because this is it. Another good thing to track is the ball. Once again, if you track the ball, it goes from there to there. So that's a little bit of a curve already. Let me draw that better. It's a little bit of a curve already, and then it makes almost another curve going in to that. So see how this all seems smooth, and when you play it, they don't, these two parts don't start and stop their motion at the same time. Now that said, I think that to once again accentuate these arcs, you could drag this back a little bit more. Because if it has any weight, right? You want to be like, ooh, or whatnot. So for this frame specifically, I would probably go for a much more aggressive curve. Also because the platform is moving really fast. So if this has any weight, I would go with an even more aggressive curve. And this is kind of the same concept as squash and stretch, where because this moves really fast, because this has a lot of weight, you could stretch it all the way back here. And like one of the other principles, you also want it to kind of follow this, not necessarily this line, but the line of action. And well, I guess this is your line of action. So you can go more aggressive, because right now, because you haven't rotated this area, it looks really stiff. Well, I'm seeing a lot of very good things here. Yeah, see, like right here, I would not move that ball over just yet. Or actually, just kidding. I would move it, but I want to see that again. I would probably give it a little bit more delay. Also, this doesn't change from. Oh, sorry. It doesn't change from the previous frame to the next, which I don't know if that's a problem with my video, or if it's just not animated. But you really want to have every frame here animated, because that's not animated at all. There has to be motion here. Those frames are good. You could probably make this part faster, like the part where the pendulum swings forward again, because once again, this whole motion here is fast, so the overlap is also going to be fast. And then yeah, you have it taper off at the end. That's really good. Let's see. And then once again, you got some really good arcs here. You could be more aggressive with it, in my opinion. Alright. One thing I would do at this specific moment is, instead of having it hold. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just not finished it. Okay. Well, yeah, you have some really good stuff going on. This looks a lot better. due to the ball that you have animated. Like this looks really good right here. The squash and stretch on this is really really good. Let's see. Yep. So I guess just finish up working. Oh, finish up animating the pendulum. Uh, take in mind the information that I said about overlap, and the more frames you put in between the main part of the platform moving and the pendulum moving, the more weight that this is going to have. That's just I ran a little bit long on this critique, but that's just my 2 cents right here. Thank you.